first thing you see is the artwork and you're like, cool commercials. Oh, I wonder how they made the effect. And that's the intention that you have when you scroll, right? The curiosity should not stop by how to make the effect. It's more the intention behind it. And this is a prime example what the intention is behind the commercial. So it literally says it here. And this is basically the creative proposal that you can use to pitch to clients and also communicate with your own team. The core concept, how they were able to portray the concept. And this butterfly is not just some random ass butterfly, because now it actually has some intention tied to it. That's a selling point. So these are all the core design features that this commercial wants to highlight. It really sucks to say that cool visuals are just not enough anymore because there is an abundance of it. When I started in filmmaking and 3D, my mindset was like, if I can create super cool visuals, clients would just flood in. So the first 3D project that I worked on, I pitched a really crazy concept. Particle eviction, all these cool technical things. But what happened was that the budget, that is really not a lot for a full-on commercial, but I stuck to it, even though knowing that the commercial was way out of my scope, especially considering that you have to do all these effects. These are really time consuming, and just one frame to render on my 1080 at the time, by the way, it took like 5 to 10 minutes, one frame. It was just impossible. My project would keep crashing, but then at the same time, I had this cool idea where I want to grow a tree out of particles, and these are cubic particles. The whole point I was missing is I didn't really align the client's expectation or their brand, and I was just so focused on showing off what I could do. Instead, I should have been just more aligned on the client's vision. A lot of times client wants to go from point A to point B, C, D, E, F. A lot of times they just want to do like everything, right? Very ugly drawing, but you get the point. Your job is to help the clients to figure out which point they actually want to get to and just focus on that. And ever since that, I started charging a lot more. I realized that I'm not just making cool visuals. And the same way as looking at a reference like this, a lot of times we're just thinking to ourselves, okay, we're just making cool visuals. But the reality is all we need to do is to solve bigger problems. I think that is one of the competitive edge that we can have to basically future-proof against any of those AI automations, because they can totally hire anyone who has an AI background, but they can't hire a better communicator than you, who started out as 3D. You know exactly what the composition is, you know exactly what lighting you want to go for, and on top of it, you know exactly how to communicate with your client. Basically, becoming a better brand strategist and a better storyteller. Yeah, I think that's the goal here.